the most dominant people. Even though you three-peated, your consistency is you were going to the playoffs every year.
Mm-hmm.
You were still doing this. You were going to the playoffs. You had that 2 or 3 because you got to think every three-peat was broken up in between maybe for 2 years, and then they won again.
Yeah.
So like it's that, hey, we're the dominant team of this decade. You need to look at us like we were that franchise. We were the New England Patriots, and we were the Bulls of our era. And that's what this Golden State team is looking at. They win this one. They are the Bulls of their era.
Yeah. Yeah, the three-peat, man, you're right. It's just as significant of being in history books and teams and just fans and media is already declaring you champion for the season. You know, you just
the three-peat just is the significant point to you're the team of this decade. For a 10-year span, if you win 3 of them, you're the team of that decade. Especially if you won another one before that.
And there's been times where you see teams that had close into the three-peat, and it takes a lot of focus and energy and determination to do it.
How many years in a row have they been to the finals?
The Warriors? So they are so this is their 5th time?
The 5th time in a row.
Uh-huh.
They win this one, they will win 4 out of 5 championships in the 5 times that they win.
Yeah.
That's that right there. You're good enough. Yeah, you're fine.
So, yeah, that's why I say it's impressive to go to the finals just, that many times in a row. So, it's very...
Unless you were in the East.
Hey, to get there regardless is definitely...
There's just a lot of basketball games.
Yeah.
To been played and put on your body. It's a lot of basketball.
All right. I know that's right. So Kawhi demands a trade.
I get tired watching it.
I know you do. All right. So Kawhi demands a trade from the Spurs. They got different opinions about his injury. Spurs dog say he's good to play, and his dog said no, that he went to is not good to play. So now he wanted to go to Spurs. Got shipped to Toronto and quote not being happy, didn't want to play there. Masai Ujiri takes a gamble and trade their most beloved player in franchise history, DeMar DeRozan. A lot of heat taken by Toronto because that's their guy. They're used to DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, even though they're not there. They thought it was their best chance for the LeBron's going to go play for the Lakers.
Don't let me go, Kyle.
So, this is one of those all-in moves because Kawhi Leonard is a free agent in the offseason. Kevin, your initial thoughts when this trade went down to where they're at now?
When it went down, I was like, the Spurs just wanted to unload him, and they wanted to get him out of there. And I said, Kawhi's not going to quite be too happy going to Toronto. I said, because that's not where he wanted to go. I thought it was a good trade basketball-wise. But as far as personal-wise and all that stuff, just looking at all the things that were going on, I didn't think it was a good trade from that end. But for a basketball standpoint, it was a great trade. But for everything else going on, not a good trade. Basketball-wise, great trade. Because the man, as you can see, can play basketball.
Yes. I initially thought when it went down, I was like, oh boy, another player that wants to go to LA. I mean, I know he's from California, so he want to go back home. But it's like, geez, why LA? And I was like, Kawhi. He's so quiet. I don't get it. Like, his personality doesn't seem like the LA type. So I was like, LA. But anyway,
his personality fits the Clippers, not the Lakers.
So it was just okay. Well, let's see what happens here. I was like, well, Toronto trying to go all in. I said I still, even before the season, I still got Boston coming out the East. I don't see him staying. Well, Boston was the 4th seed this year. They struggle a lot. Toronto breasted Kawhi 20-some games and was still able to get the 2nd seed in the East. Then I really thought I thought they had a really good chance against Milwaukee. So I was like, anything goes. But like Kevin said, Kawhi has been playing great. The mid-range game, I've been screaming MJ 2.0 for this whole playoffs, just the way his mid-range has just been falling. He had the miracle shot in Toronto where he had the 4 bounces and dropped in. I mean, You gotta give them a lot of credit too, because they went through a lot of hard defenses to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but see, like I said, basketball wise, it turned out to be a great move.
Oh,
because Toronto went from not having a guy, having two okay guys. Went from having two okay guys to now having a few okay guys and a guy.
Yeah.
Now you have a legit superstar to give the ball to. And then the unsung thing about the trade was you freaking got Danny Green.
Yeah.
One of the best defenders and one of the better clutch three-point shooters in the playoffs over a few years with the San Antonio Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
How many daggers did he hit where you're like, God damn it, they left? Why they leave Green open? All people leave open, you leave him open.
Oh, I know he got on your nerves.
But I'm like, you got both of those guys in that trade, which turned out to be a great basketball trade for these guys. And now look where they're at now.
Yeah, they easily could.
You went from having those two guys and consistently getting to the East Finals just to lose.
Yeah.
But now you have that guy that you can give the ball to, and he's been doing it for you. And that's why you are where you're at.
Yeah, so, I mean, in this cases, you got to make some gambles, and sometimes they don't turn out like the way you want.
It was a good gamble.
and it was a good gamble because now Toronto get their first berth in the NBA Finals, and it's great to see that city alive, just what it is. You know, me and Kevin talk about the fan base. We're going to say that for later. Talk about the fan base there. But, yeah, it's just great to see them. And then, you know, Kawhi's leaving in this way. But everybody – did you see Kyle Lowry walk out with that Eastern Con trophy? Like, I know there was a joke going on there, but –
he was like, mine. He goes, I'm taking it to go see DeMar.
DeMar, look what I got for you.
Look what I got.
So, but, yeah, just his emotions. It's so happy for him and everything like that. Speaking about Kyle Lowry, he took a lot of heat for his playoff performances in previous past, but this year, besides the 0 that he laid in the game one against Orlando, he averaged 14 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds on 35% 3-point shooting. And you dude, they left him open in the Milwaukee series, and he was hitting shots, and he was playing good ball. What do you think about Kyle Lowry in this playoffs here?
He's played great. He's stepped his game up, and Kyle was always one that took gut punches throughout the playoffs in the past as well. And to see him step up, he's played well. And we said it when we were talking about the the conference final, that he was going to have to step up, and if he stepped up, they were going to win it. Well, he did what he had to do, and he stepped up well. And I'm happy. I'm happy for him. Like we said before, I said either one of those teams that won the Eastern Conference Finals, I was going to be happy for.
Yeah,
I was going to be happy for the guys on the team. I was going to be happy for everybody, because those are two teams that have been obscure. Well, the Toronto's been good, but they're reasonably obscure because they're in Canada.
Yeah,
people are like, it's Toronto. They're going to choke. They'll lose. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
In Milwaukee, everybody's like, who the hell's Milwaukee?
You just waiting for them to happen. You just like, when Toronto's going to choke now. We're just waiting for it to happen.
Exactly. And you were waiting for it. But then when you get that dude, though, that choking mentality kind of goes away.
Yeah.
When you get that guy who's like, look, I'm not going to let you choke. I've been here, done that.
All right. One more question with Toronto, and then we'll kind of break down series here. Your thoughts about the city when they won in Toronto, and you saw Jurassic Park just going crazy. Good thing to report. The Toronto Police Department report there was no arrests that night. So
of course they won't, because they're the nicest people in the world.
So good for you, Toronto.
We pushed this car over. Sorry. We started a fire. Sorry. We'll put it out.
So listen,
yeah.
What do you think about that, man? Is that the fan base first time going to the NBA Finals? What do you think about that whole scene, man? Wasn't it beautiful to see, man?
Good. it's good for them. I'm happy that they got it. I'm happy that they get to go. Now they get to enjoy things that a lot of other teams have gotten to enjoy that they've never gotten to. And they're at that point now. So what I want them to do is just bring back some of the older guard, let them go enjoy it a little bit, let some of the older guys that they used to play for them, bring them back a little bit, let it be a big, gigantic atmosphere, which I know it's going to be because it's been throughout the playoffs for God knows how many years.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I hope they make it. I hope they just make a big, huge, gigantic deal out of it.
Yes, exactly.
Just make it Jurassic Park 2.
I tell you what, some funny thing, man. If they do somehow win the title and Kawhi does stay, I'm calling Vince Carter right away to come back and play one more year because you know he's going to play one more year. That would be so cool to see him close his career with Toronto.
I would like to see. That's what I've been saying. I said, let Vince either. There's two places I would want Vince to close his career. One, Toronto. Mm-hmm. Two, let him come back home to Florida and play in Orlando.
Yeah.
Those would be the two places that I want him to play. No Atlanta. Yeah. No weird shit like that.
No Sacramento.
Let him either go home or go to Toronto.
And with
one of those places. That's the only two teams I'm going to accept him playing on next year for his retirement tour.
And just bury the hatchet with Toronto, it will be so great to see. So great.
Because I love Vince. Vince Carter was one of my favorite basketball players. I love Vince.
Vince is the man, bro.
So I'm like, go there or go back home and play. That's all I want to care. That's all I care.
Yeah.
Those are the only two places I want to see him in. None of that weird Atlanta jersey shit. No Sacramento crap.
None of the neon green and red.
None of that mess. I might even be like, go to Miami for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a Florida team.
Dang it.
I'm saying, yeah.
But dang it, don't go nowhere else.
Yeah. All right, so 3 questions left with as far as the series. What do you think about Kawhi and his matchup against Andre Iguodala and Draymond Green? Do you think he can survive that matchup?
Yeah, because Kawhi's going to be able to get his shot off no matter what. He's another one of those guys that finds a way to get his shot off.
So the thing that's going to help Kawhi, because he went through a gauntlet in defenders in the East. He went through Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Aaron Gordon. And
he got off his shot through every one of them.
Every one of them. Every one of them didn't matter. And then so that's why I say with Andre Iguodala and Draymond Green, they're going to make it tough for him. But they have his guys has to hit his shots. Danny Green in particular, I know we talked about his clutchness before, but this playoffs he's shooting 31% from the 3-point line. So he and then Siakam has been very, very passive at times too. So these guys got to hit the shots for him. Fred VanVleet, they've been talking about ever since he had his kid. Dude has just
that dude has been good God.
I'm telling you, man, he's like a Latino leprechaun, man. He just hitting.
Look, yeah, I had my kids. I did not shoot the basketball like that.
So
I was busy trying to sleep.
So they have to hit their shots for them to do that.
They have to hit shots in order for them to even keep up in this series.
They have to.
Everybody has to play like they did against Milwaukee.
I will admit
they have to play that way.
But I know everybody been saying like this is the best team that Golden State is going to play defensively. This is the best team that Toronto can play offensively. None of these teams that you play offensively compared to in the East is none like Golden State. So you really got to hit your shots against them, like Kevin said.
But you have got to hit their shots, and you've got to be prepared that you're going to go up by 10 or 12 during a game because you're going to be on that emotional run to start the game and everything. You're going to go up on them. Mm-hmm. You have to prepare yourself for that swift kick in the nuts that Golden State is going to give you, because that's what I compare Golden State's run to. It is a swift kick in the nuts. They suck your soul out of you, and then they kick you dead in the junk.
Oh, man. That's a really good description, actually.
It's what it is. It is a kick in the nut. It deflates you quicker than anything I've seen because they could do it in literally a minute and a half.